Okay, everybody, this is my spoiler review of Sunny, episode 4, Sticky. Please no book spoilers in the comments. We open with this deceiving flashback of Masa taking Zen to school and he attacks the teacher because the teacher owes him money and that teacher actually owes the money to his boss, Himi. But you can't believe this flashback because they're really trying to put on you in the show that Masa is this really bad person. I still think that is a misdirect. And also, we've seen that Suzie is imagining the possibilities of this could be her husband, this monster. And this is just another case of that because she sees Himi at the funeral and that triggers that thought that could he be doing this around her son. Now, through one of Masa's friends she meets at the funeral, Kato, he says that Masa's father was the one who helped him out of isolation, where this will freak Suzie out because Suzie believed that was part of the reason Masa actually went into isolation was his father's death. So there's a lot Masa has not told her about, and we'll see as this episode goes on that the father they're thinking of right now, Shigeru, isn't even the real father of Masa. Now, her mother-in-law, Noriko, who she does not get along with, calls Suzie sticky. She thinks of her like Masa's cousin, always seeking out misery and bringing it in that way. And Suzie's frustration is at a tipping point here with Noriko because now that she knows this big secret about the father, she knows obviously that Noriko knows more than she's leading on. Now, when Suzie's on her way out, she runs into Mixie coming in, who says she's there because she heard there'd be free food. She's like, bad joke. I laughed out loud at that. But Sunny, you see, can't steal even a liquor bottle because it's addressed to Noriko. All these little things that you learn about Sunny are going to have something that comes later on that she's got to remember those little details that she can't do certain things with different cues. But Mixie thinks this is all can be connected, that whoever this father is, maybe they married into Yakuza, and that the reason Himi is there is she is paying her respects to that father figure. Where here they think it's Shigeru, but we'll learn later on it's somebody else. And we'll see that they need Noriko's blessing to get the documents they actually need to figure out about his real father. And this is actually going to set up Sunny to kind of go on her own plan here later in the episode to get Noriko's document. Now, remember, at the funeral, Sunny couldn't steal the bottle of Noriko's because it had her name on it. But she actually steal the container that has the documents from Noriko because it doesn't have her name on it. Now, Mixie will mention that Suzie needs to take a bath to relax. This triggers Suzie to remember that Masa and her used to go to a bathhouse and they'd see people who looked like they were in Yakuza. So Sunny will distract the worker to get them into the bathhouse, but they have to run into a sauna because the Yakuza are coming in the other way, and Suzie's claustrophobic. And that's where they do a good job of blending humor in moments like this without ruining it with so much humor, because it's still very tense moment. Now, there's a lot of Yakuza stuff in this episode. It gets a little intense with the writing for it. Like, we meet this character of Botan who works for Himi, and he's not supposed to be with the enemy here in the bath. Now, while this is going on, the mystery man from the truck, which I didn't recognize from my last review, is the man who came into the sex shop. He's been following them this whole time, and he's going to follow them again in this episode here. He works for Himi. He is the way that Himi is able to get into Suzie's house when they're not there, plan this all out, and of course, they raid it. We'll see at the end of the episode, and they're looking for that dark manual. Now, there'll also be a scene we learn a lot more about Himi because she's with her father, and she wants to be named the new leader after him, but he says that her cousin Jin, who we see in the bath, has been second in command for 20 years, so he's really due up, and he's like, I'm not rocking the boat for almost, meaning almost, and her getting the dark manual. The deal is she'll get to be the new lead if she finds that for him, and she has not. Now, what's crazy to me is that Takumi will bring Sunny into the sex shop. So remember, he was confronted by the man following Suzie the last episode. So I'm scared that he's the one who brought Sunny in there and sent her out, that he might have messed with Sunny in some way that was an order from that man. We'll see, because we did not see the scene of what that man said to Takumi. Now, this man, Tetsu, who also works for Himi, he shows up and lays it on Botan, who lied about being busy to Himi. He beats him to death, but not after he mentions this 4 circle 5, which we'll get to. But when he beats him to death, Suzie is imagining Masa doing this and being capable of that, her worst fear. And we get this gruesome kill of this man's head being slammed on the sauna door. Now, while Sunny goes to Noriko in her plan here, saying she can help clean. Now, Noriko is venting to Sunny about Suzie as Sunny is getting her drunk and says that Suzie ate her eggplant. What's really weird, though, is when Noriko passes out from all the booze, Sunny puts a chip in her stomach with a dark manual logo on it. She gets memories of being put to sleep, and again, memories of that murder scene. And then she goes and grabs the records from Noriko's bag. So I think this was probably the last step to get her to actually commit this crime, is her putting this dark manual chip into her system. Now, who did she get that from? I am guessing from Tetsu, knowing she wouldn't be capable of doing this without some help. Now, she'll go and tell Suzie and Mixie that Shigeru isn't Masa's real father. I think Noriko had an affair, and Masa's real father is someone else who is alive. So Suzie's worried because Masa made his real father beneficiary of his life insurance 3 days before he died, whoever this man is. But the life insurance agent mentions they're still investigating the crash, 4 Circle 5, which Sunny will literally say it means Flight 405. So this was the same thing the man in the bath was talking about. This all connects, like Mixie was saying, to Himi and the Yakuza. And you see your house is raided. They're looking for the dark manual. And Suzie is crushed because they raided her son's room. Now, overall, I'm going to give this episode 7.8. It was actually my least favorite of the season. I think it actually got too much time with everything going on with the Yakuza and was kind of taking me out of it, where it was becoming very talky and having to follow all of that while they're in the bath. And then you're kind of like, okay, can we get back to what's going on with Suzie a bit? And I feel like it was spinning its wheels just a little bit this episode, especially because we're only getting a half hour a week. So I felt that the most in this episode so far. I still liked it, and I still am excited for what's to come, and the mystery is still great. We did get some fun moments here, especially with Sunny and getting to see this dark side of Sunny. But overall, not the best episode. So I'm giving it 7.8, but I'd love to hear your guys' theories and thoughts of what you thought of this episode and what's to come. And please follow me at Steve Varley Show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok for more of me. And I'll see you next time.